What's up, everybody? This is another Manic Monday. No, it's not Manic. We're still here. I'm here. I'm gonna make sure everything is calm. Welcome everyone to the 330th edition of 413 Sports Talk. Big weekend in sports, and I got you covered with it all. So let's just start this episode now. But first and foremost, I would personally like to shout out the Hamden Charter School of Science West athletic director, Mr. Smith, for talking with me on the phone today and allowing me to, in a nutshell, display what my vision is for 413 Sports Talk. So a big shout out to you, sir. And any other schools in our region, I would love to sit down and talk with you guys about what you offer as far as the students, the sports, and also the education too. So yeah, let's get on to this episode. Japanese ace pitcher Roki Suzuki sees 17 innings of perfection come to a close. As you know, we've been reporting about him for the last 2 weeks, and that hot streak is over, but that doesn't mean that his skills diminish or he sucks. This guy's going to be good for a very long time. After dealing with punches and dodging and everything and defeating White in 6 rounds, Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion of the world, says that he's ready to retire. I wish you luck on all your endeavors going forward. Kevin Durant admits to overthinking during the Celtics' loss, and they fall into a 3-0 hole. Facing elimination, I believe the Brooklyn Nets will win tonight. Neymar and PSG teammates question their supporters, though, because they walked out of the stadium during a title game. In their defense, there's been 10 titles in a row, won by Bayern Munich. So, hey, whatever. Kansas Jayhawks Christian Braun to enter the 2022 NBA draft and still keep his college eligibility. I'm not sure how that is, but I'm going to look for this information, look it up, and get that out to you, post it on my page by the end of today. Yesterday afternoon, the WNBA preseason kicked off with the Washington Mystics and the Atlanta Dream. I will get into that score and breakdown of that game a little bit later. Christian Pulisic makes a late goal and lifts Chelsea over West Ham. They win 1-0 in the English Premier League. Soccer. Back soreness stymies Ben Simmons' return, but it doesn't matter because his Brooklyn Nets go down 3-0. Amid Bulls, Bucks, Grayson Allen sinks the Bulls, take a commanding 3-1 series lead, and we love it because the Bulls never even deserved to be in the playoffs. Sorry, Mr. Gomes. Sorry, anybody else that's a Bulls fan that watches this show. The Bulls suck. Fuck y'all. Let's go. This episode starts now. USFL Week 2. We have April 22nd, 2022. That was Friday, I believe. The New Jersey Generals beat the Michigan Panthers 10-6. New Jersey Generals are 1-1, and the Panthers of Michigan are 0-2. Saturday, 23rd, Philadelphia Stars beat the Pittsburgh Maulers 30-23 and sent a message. Clear shots throughout the USFL. That commanding victory. They're 1-1. Pittsburgh Maulers fall to 0-2. And then finally, the Birmingham Stallions beat the Houston Gamblers 33-28. Birmingham is 2-0. 4/24/2022. My Nolan's Breakers beat the Tampa Bay Bandits, and we are 2-0 on the year. That's it for the USFL. Make sure you check back next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for all the USFL scores and recap you can handle. NBA, Denver over Golden State 126-121. Golden State leads the series 3-1. Milwaukee over Chicago 119-95. Milwaukee leads 3-1. Miami 110. Atlanta Hawks 86. Miami leads 3-1. And NOLA beats Phoenix 118-103. Series tied 2-2. On to Major League Baseball. Mets 6, Arizona 2. Dodgers 10, San Diego 2, Oakland 2, Texas 0, Los Angeles Angels 7, Baltimore 6, Pittsburgh 4, Chicago Cubs 3, Houston 8, Toronto 7 in 10 innings. Minnesota beat Chicago White Sox 6-4 and 10. Cincy over St. Louis 4-1. San Francisco over Washington 12-3. Miami over Atlanta 5-4. Yankees over the Guardians 10-2. Colorado over Detroit 6-2. Tampa Bay over Boston 5-2. And Seattle beats Kansas City in extras 5-4. That's 12 innings. Moving on to NHL. Pittsburgh over Philly 4-1. Columbus over Edmonton 5-2. Carolina over New York 5-2. Detroit 3-0 over New Jersey. Minnesota 5, Nashville 4. Boston 5, Montreal 3. Winnipeg 4, Colorado 1. Toronto 4, Washington 3. And Tampa Bay 8, Florida 4. That's it for the NHL. WNBA, the Atlanta Dream beat the Washington Mystics 88-69. Number 1 overall pick, Ryan Howard shined with 15 points in 18. Shakira Austin hit a 3-pointer for the Washington Mystics. She was their first-round pick. And that is it for all your scores, professionally and collegiately. Check back more with us tomorrow for scores, updates, and all that such on your favorite sports. Now the other half, of the episode, the big part. Ra's top 10 linebackers. Here we go. Number 10, I have Brian Asamoah out of Oklahoma. He's a junior. He's 6 foot tall, 226 pounds. My number 10 and number 9 guys are a clear crop below the rest. Never 3-down starters. This guy's weekend unanticipated against the run. Doesn't really know what to do. Kind of is always just lost in the sauce. Gets pushed out of the way often because by offensive linemen, and he should not be a 3-down guy. Kind of athletic, he plays halfbacks and tight ends okay in coverage. Speed and tackling ability. He'll become a hero on special teams while he sits back and figures out a way to play in the NFL. But he can be drafted in the 4th round and eventually be some kind of starter in this league. Number 9, Malcolm Rodriguez out of Oklahoma State. He's a senior, stands 5'11", 234. Don't say shit about his size because Zach Thomas did it. Fun player with his size. The deficiencies, but better against the run than the number 10 guy. He ran a 4.5, 240. Smarter and bigger again than the number 10 guy as well. He'll shoot the gaps. He'll beat the tackles and guards to the point of attack. Understands route concepts and the shit that's coming his way as he sits back in zone and backpedals. Small replacements to put him in. Not a full-time starter though for a middle linebacker, but can be a starter at some point in the NFL if he puts enough work in. 4th to 5th round, he'll be drafted. This guy's fast, smart, and tough, which you love, but can that size hold up? Number 8, Christian Harris out of Bama. He's a junior. Very fast in acceleration. Helps him excel in man coverage. One of the best in the class. He has great anticipation, speed, and change of direction quickness, which coaches love. Tight ends might give him hell, but he can cover slower wide receivers. Freak athlete he is with a 4.44 yard 40. Short, but can get by with his size. But amongst the upside, I'm underwhelmed at how soft a linebacker he is, honestly. Is there any physicality? No, not whatsoever. He's very passive-aggressive and non-committal when it comes to the run. He has great speed, tackling ability, and space. 3-4 teams should leave him alone, though. Scheme dependent, though. Plug him in where he can excel, certain spots. He's a very good blitzer, so that works to his favor as well. Feels like he checked out of the run defense as a whole, though. But he can grow to be better. Number 7 is Quay Walker out of Georgia. The 6'3", 239-pound senior falls on my list at number 7. Not as fast as you'd like, obviously. The job was easier than any other defensive unit in the country, ever. They had the linebackers in Georgia. They had this elite front, and they were in a scheme that really pinpointed 1 or 2 specific skill sets. And each of these guys, they had 3 different guys. You had Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, who will pop up later in this list, and another guy who's down the board a bit, and Channing Tindall was my number 12 linebacker to show you how good and how competitive they were. Real athletes don't have to prove true 3-down skill sets. He can ascend to being a starter. I think what plays well to him is that he's good against the run. He didn't have to anticipate, stack, or shed to prove that he had to be even that good against the run, though. So, technique is questionable, but good run defenders and shaky technique can be fixed with coaching. Speed is suspect. He's a slow starter. Tight and not really fluid in man coverage. Wasn't asked a lot to play man anyway, but I still think you draft him in the 4th round, leaving that there's a big learning curve. Number 6, Damon Clark, who I believe is not going to be playing this year. Who I've just recently heard. Fuck. Prospects much like our number 7 guy, but he is his own right a great athlete. Plays like Devondre Campbell of my Packers. Great tackler, fast, quick, a demon against the run. Coverage ability is average. No really zone instincts that I saw. Didn't make many plays, but you can see the beginning of zone coverage greatness. You know what I mean? You can see that starting to come out. Needs to polish man coverage defense skills. His ability to play in space, but not up to his size against the run is questionable. Can be passive-aggressive at times. Elusive from blocks, but can be swallowed in the run game if he doesn't practice. He needs to use his length effectively, I think, in order to be a great player in this league, but he can be drafted in the 3rd round. Number 5, Troy Anderson, 6'3", 242, a senior out of Montana State. He is a fascinating player. Plays like Isaiah Simmons of formerly Clemson. Physical measurements are the same. Lots of juice. Very athletic. Blazing speed. Not as smooth as man coverage as the guy that you like, but he's definitely going to be a hybrid safety / linebacker, band linebacker type guy. Played halfback for 3 years. Linebacker for 2019. He's no feel in zone defense at all, really. 2020 there was no season. 2021 he was a linebacker, a true starting linebacker. Did not find himself in zone coverage at all. Let's just be honest. Speed is there, and there's a place for him in this league. Reactionary, a headhunter against the run. So you love that. This guy can get in the 3rd round, and I believe he will eventually become a starter in this league. Number 4 is Georgia's Nakobe Dean, 5'11", 229, and he was a junior. Go Dogs! Go Dogs! Go Dogs! We love Georgia. Blazing speed and great acceleration here. You know how I am about the Georgia linebackers, but this guy's a different animal. The concept of 1st round pick is insane. He avoided a 40-yard dash for a reason. 4.5 has to be like the threshold, if you want to consider yourself a 1st round pick, I think. And I think he realistically runs like a 4.64, something like that, which would definitely put him out of the 1st round in that type of money, that type of bracket. Not even close to being the fastest linebacker in this class. Other guys did more with less speed than Nakobe, made him look slow. Nakobe anticipates the run well, and although he has a size deficiency, he's very tough and sticks his nose in there. No elite play that he can get. There's nothing really elite that he does, and he can get phased out quickly in the run game if he's not consistent. He's very good in man coverage, top notch. Actually, Georgia's linebackers, they're kind of sus. His zone defense is suspect, but he's a good blitzer, can run and chase ability with the best with anyone, probably even some in the league right now. Draft him in the 2nd round as a weak side linebacker, projecting outwards going forward. Number 3, we have Chad Mumos, senior out of Wyoming. One of my favorite prospects here to talk about. He's comparable to number 4, yes, in some ways. But his raw abilities have him with more upside. More fluid in space, but not quite as fast, but can move around the field in a way that is unlike anyone else. His lack of experience, though, is something that will prove as faulty in the run game, potentially in pass coverage as well. Needs to hit the film room, and the size with the athleticism can make him a Mike linebacker in this league. 3rd rounder. Number 2, Leo Chanel out of Wisconsin. He's a fucking animal. Let me tell you. The highest upside ever on this list. Mock drafts are saying 1st linebacker off the charts. I compared him to Devin Lloyd, and this guy grades out slightly less because Devin Lloyd is an all-purpose linebacker, can play all 3 of the sides. But anyway, let's not talk about him right now. This guy's a freak athlete, very strong, very good against the run, very physical, but I do question man coverage ability, especially for long spurts of speed. Freak athletes, like I said, the Patriots kind of player. He's going to be a star very sooner than later. First or second round, he's a very good blitzer. Any team in the league wants that. And any team in the league should go with my number one linebacker, and that's Devin Lloyd out of Utah. He's 6'2", 237. He was a junior who redshirted twice, so you can see the development track. One of my favorite defensive prospects in this league. He has a rare ability, just like the Colts' Darius Leonard, to force fumbles. I love everything this guy brings to the table. And I think Devin Lloyd is going to be in this league for years to come. Watch him get taken at the end of the first round. And that's about it for episode 330 of 413 Sports Talk. My name is Rahim Escalai. Glad to bring this episode to you. I love you all. Wishing you health, wealth, and success. And we'll see you at episode 331 tomorrow.